right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron. In today's video, I want to discuss the next big trend that I think we'll see in cryptocurrency. I'm talking about the next group, the next type of altcoins that I think will rally, possibly hitting a 10x, 50x, if we're lucky, maybe even a 100x. Hell, even if you just catch a 5x, that's still a good trade. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is not financial advice. It's just a starting off point. This is for education and informational purposes only. But the coins that we're going to talk about today, I'm not picking these based on my whim. I'm going to show you data. I'm going to show you metrics, and I'm going to make my case. Now, full disclosure, while I don't hold any significant positions in these coins at the moment, I am in the process of researching and buying. And over the next 6-ish months, I will be taking out greater positions in altcoins. I think that this is the time to do that. Over the next 6 months is the time to be thinking about that. I mean, obviously, it's more complex than that. You will need to practice proper money management to not get burned. We'll get into all that within this video. Make sure you watch the whole video. To start off, to help illustrate what we're talking about, it's hard to imagine coins going on huge runs unless you've seen it before. So let's reflect on the last 6 months in cryptocurrency. So a few months ago, in June, July, August, and September of 2020, we had the summer of DeFi. Within this period of time, we saw this new class of altcoins under this umbrella term DeFi go on huge rallies. Let me list just a few examples of this. Yearn Finance, a DeFi gem of the summer known for having a very limited supply, started out mid-July below $800. Just 2 months later, by mid-September, it reached a price point of $43,000. That's a 53x. Synthetics, another promising DeFi project known for synthesizing assets, putting them on the Synthetics network, tokenizing assets. Although you could have picked it up at a much cheaper price point early on, by early June, at the lowest, you could have got this for 74 cents. By late August, you could have sold it for $7.43. That's a 10x. And then final example, Aave used to be known as Lend. Again, you could have got it for much cheaper, making it a 41x. But if you would have picked it up just before June, you could have got it for about 4 cents. In late August, you could have sold it for 82, making it a 20x. But if you would have picked it up before, it could have been a 41x. And I'm not even mentioning some of the really high risk, high reward coins during that time. I'm talking about the degen DeFi coins like the tacos, like the hot dogs, like the food coins, right? I mean, it was a crazy time. If you had a position in almost any of these DeFi altcoins and you managed your money properly, you probably did immensely well. Even if you didn't have a position in the beginning. I didn't have a position in many of these coins at the beginning, but this went on for a few months, and for a brief period of time, in my opinion, it was pretty easy to throw some money at a low cap DeFi coin and watch it go up. Very dangerous game. Now, since that time, to put it nicely, the DeFi prices have consolidated. Many people tout DeFi as dead, right? DeFi bubble has popped. Yearn Finance topped at 43,000, bottomed at 8,000, right now 17,000. Synthetics topped at $7.43, bottomed at $2.57, right now $4.21. Aave changed the way the token is denominated, so it's hard to illustrate this with Aave. A different coin, Compound, topped very early on at 336, bottomed below $100. Right now it's about $111. So, trends come and trends go in cryptocurrency. You understand that nothing lasts forever. And what you don't want to do is be holding bags of altcoins past their prime. What I like to do with altcoins, so this is a strategy, not the best strategy, but it's a strategy I use. What I like to do with altcoins is as soon as I see a 2x, or maybe a 3x, or a 5x, I take out my initial investment right away, or I take out my initial investment plus some profit, thereby taking off all the risk on the table going forward. And now I have a nice little moon bag of that altcoin that I can just let it ride as the bull market develops. So now that we've went over all that, with all that being said, let's speculate on the next 10x, 50x, 100x opportunity, the next big trend. If it's not DeFi, what is it? If DeFi is dead, what's next? Well, while I'm positive there's going to be other trends, and the DeFi trend will not last forever, I'm here to postulate that the next big alt trend will still be DeFi. DeFi is still in a bull trend, and the trend is your friend. Anybody who says that DeFi is dead simply has not been paying attention. Yes, we have seen the degen DeFi food coins flushed out, the tacos, the hot dogs. They are dead. But the more solid projects, some of the ones we just went over, I think they have higher highs ahead. It's very common in cryptocurrency to go through bubbly periods. Once the bubble pops, then the degen coins get flushed out, and the more legit coins, the coins with more staying power, prevail for longer. So let's get into that. I think DeFi has much higher highs ahead. I'm not just saying that. I'm going to show you the data. I'm going to make my case. Make sure you watch the whole video because I'm going to conclude this video with some final thoughts and wrap it all up. And I do want to give credit to Alex Saunders of Nuggets News, friend of the channel. We've had him on before. He is really bullish on Ethereum and DeFi, and actually he was the one who shared this data with his community first, and I was watching it. I was like, wow, this is pretty revealing. So if you're so inclined, I encourage everybody to go subscribe to him right now, only if you're actually interested in hearing what he has to say. I subscribe to him. I think he comes at it from a really level-headed place, so I like to hear his point of view. Tell you what, next time I look at Nuggets News, I want to see him over 100,000 subscribers. I'll leave a link in the description, but only subscribe if you're actually interested. And this is what he said, and he shared these analytics, which made me start thinking. He said, remember when everybody told you that DeFi was dead? Well, I told you that the number of users, total value locked, adoption, integration, innovation, and most metrics were actually going parabolic. Now it's up to the market to price this in. And when you look at these analytics, this is a data aggregate analytics service like a Messari, like any of those. This data is specifically for DeFi, and I was impressed with the data. So total DeFi users over time, users equal unique addresses. Yes, it's possible for somebody to have more than one unique address. But this has constantly been trending up and going parabolic. And what's most interesting to me was in early to mid-September was when all this stuff, it topped and the prices started going down. The metrics only continued to increase. So you can see in September right here, it was only increasing. This is total DeFi users over time. But you can go to individual projects and see the same thing. It's like pretty much every project. Uniswap continues to go up. And keep in mind, in September, all these prices were tanking. Compound, actually recently going parabolic as early as October, but in September, it was still trending up. Kyber, trending up. Aave, trending up. Yearn Finance, trending up. Curve, MakerDAO, 0x, SushiSwap, all this stuff. Synthetics, trending up. And this is exactly what you would want to see if, you're trying to figure out if these coins have a future. You want to see, are they attracting unique users? And that is the case. How about this? I touched on this the other day. Total value locked in DeFi has continued to trend up. September was when all the prices started to dip, and they're still lower. They were dipping all throughout here, but total value locked continued to increase. And while total value locked for individual projects did have a period of going down, for the last 30 days, you can look at individual projects. Compound trending up, Aave trending up, Synthetics actually for about the past 15 days trending up. Now, do we know if it's going to eventually make a higher high in total value locked? Well, total value locked is at an all-time high, but for individual projects, we don't know. But I think with all these metrics, they're pointing to higher prices. So while I don't know if it's possible to still get a 100x in these projects, I think getting a 5x, 10x, 20x is possible. Hell, maybe even a 50x, because I think if you look at the back end metrics, these are all still trending up. I talk to people at, who work at exchanges. They are super interested in DeFi. People in the traditional finance world are super interested in DeFi. And that's really where I see the next 6 months, possibly 2021 heading. I think the DeFi trend is going to continue to be strong. And I expect a lot of those, you can call them, A-list DeFi coins. I expect them to make new highs. And here's the key. Don't get wrecked investing in DeFi. At the end of the day, you want to have more Bitcoin than when you started out. And if you don't follow, like I follow the market every day, so I'm always looking at this stuff. If you don't have time to do that, there's nothing wrong with just hodling Bitcoin or hodling Bitcoin and a select few other coins, whatever you deem is whatever you want to do. So to answer the question, are DeFi alts going to continue to lead the bull market? Is there another trend on the horizon? I think DeFi will continue to lead it when you look at all the back-end metrics. There are going to be other trends, NFTs, all that stuff. And again, remember this as well. Remember, everybody's a good investor and trader in a bull market. And a rising tide does help all ships, but never confuse calm seas for good sailors. Now, let's get those gains. So let me know in the comments if you agree with me or not. I've been doing more research on, for lack of a better word, the A-list DeFi projects, and I think that they're going to see higher highs. Just my opinion. But that's the data. I listen to a lot of, Bitcoin-focused podcasts and stuff, and they seem to think that DeFi has popped. I think it's going to get bigger. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.